$10,000 a night on a stay. Well, if you go around the property management company, you're going to save a lot of money. Obviously, highly unethical, and according to the contract, would you be breaking the contract? Not cool. And that's what that's what they're alleging Vegas Dave was doing. Even worse is that Dave's conduct forced Cabo Platinum to refund money to several guests because Dave failed to return the funds that Cabo Platinum had paid him. Basically, what happened is these guests pay ahead of time. It's a substantial amount of money. These are a big reservations, and so they would pay 50% up front, and then a few days or a week or however long before the guests arrived, they had to pay in full. The property management company, Cabo Platinum, would receive the money in full, and then they'd send that money to Dave after taking their cut. Well, the problem is that they sent the money to Dave, substantial amount of money, tens of thousands of dollars. Dave took the money, and then he didn't allow access for the guests. So the guests are coming to town, and then Cabo Platinum is going, well, wait a second, we don't have access to the property, and we don't have that money anymore. We already sent it to Dave. So when the guests come to town, they're expecting they don't know who Dave is. They're expecting Cabo Platinum to give them and provide them the experience that they paid for. So now Cabo Platinum's on the hook. Their reputation's on the hook as well. They're an established business in the area, clearly have a professional-looking website. So these guests are coming from out of the country. They're flying in, and so Cabo Platinum, at the last minute, now has to rush to find a similar experience. Well, guess what they have to do? They have to pay for it, because the guest has already sent the money. And so Dave has the money, Cabo Platinum's out the money. They're having to, last minute, book a similar experience for these guests. So they're out the money. That is damages. They were damaged tens of thousands of dollars and actually significantly more. And regarding Cabo Platinum's design contract claims, the evidence shows that Cabo Platinum had an agreement with Dave to provide goods and services for his properties, the interior design, assistance with remodeling and construction projects. At the time this dispute began, Dave, listen to this, Dave owed Cabo Platinum money for these goods and services not been paid. So Dave is going on podcast saying he's a victim. They stole so much money. In his lawsuits, he's alleging that he is the victim. But yet the evidence seems to show that Dave is the one owing the money for the services. Dave improperly acquired the confidential homeowners list without Cabo Platinum's permission. Not Vegas Dave, bad boy. He then used the list to disparage Cabo Platinum in communications. That's not good, Dave. And the courts agree that these were false allegations. On these posts,
so there's nobody here. So I'm just going to sit here until somebody gets here.
And as I showed you in that newspaper post, he paid to publish multiple
This is
advertisements,
my live number
in
one.
various news publications, including one publication specifically targeting the tourist market. You know that's damaging because I bet that's where a lot of their
I think it's September 7th.
Olin, remember that expert witness? He
It's a
testified that
Sunday.
the damage of Dave's actions caused Cabo Platinum was over $1.5 million in loss of net operating income and over $8 million in loss of enterprise value. Now, why the difference? Because $1.5 million is the loss of money today. But the business lost because that money goes into the value, that net operating income goes into the value of the business. Lost $8.3 million of enterprise value, what the business is actually worth. Cabo Platinum presented substantial evidence that Dave
I'm just sitting here watching
$800,000 in damages.
YouTube.
He failed to identify a fundamental defect in their
I want to start
damages
doing
calculations.
like
So
reaction videos
Dave failed to identify a fundamental
or
defect in
streams or
damages
live streams.
calculations for the design contract. Here's the final judgment. Let's figure out
I'm
how
just
much
testing it
Dave
out today.
owes. Almost $10 million here, $800,000, $751,000, $61,000, and almost $20,000 of punitive damages when you add it all up. For all
Which
you
feels kind of
nerds out
weird,
there who's got the
but
calculator, that's right, over $30 million.
I know everybody started somewhere.
$30 million judgment. No matter how bad you have it, you don't have it as bad as Via Vegas Dave. $30 million owed to Cabo Platinum.
That's why for this case, it's principle. There's no mercy. I don't want their money. I want them to go to jail.
Well, Dave, he claims in another podcast that he doesn't want to put up with that lawsuit anymore. He received the judgment because he didn't want to fight it anymore. But yeah, this podcast, he's saying it's principle. I want them to go to jail. They scammed me.
That's what my let me see if I can turn my camera on.
Vegas Dave actually owes the money, and Cabo Platinum upheld their end of the contract.
All right, guys, what's up? In Okinawa, Japan, look at this view. Insane. But this vacation in Japan on a one-way ticket made me realize I can't hang it up. I cannot retire people.
He can't retire, or maybe he's judgment dodging. Could be leaving the country. Could he be going to Japan to dodge that judgment? But he can't retire. Dave is back.
Daily
Sports betting picks.
after work ritual.
$30 million will make you go really gray. Dave is a very, very sad and lonely man. Now he's got $30 million in judgment against his name. He needs to generate some money. But we'll end with this. We got Steve Stevens, one final statement. What do you got to say about Dave, Steve?
Well, when it comes down to sports consulting and winning games for people, you're bankrupting motherfuckers and ruining their lives, and it's time for you to get exposed.
I'm watching a video about the downfall of purse-wearing scammer Vegas Steve, which I don't know anything about him, but obviously I think he was a sports betting grifter. He was selling pictures or something. I wasn't really listening all the way. So my goal for this video is to get one viewer while I'm on live stream. It's what, 5 minutes in, almost 6 minutes in now, and I've not got one viewer. I can understand this is why people don't want to start, because just sitting there talking to yourself until you get some followers, and I don't think I got none yet. I actually been on YouTube for since 2015, probably, something like that. My first video was me cooking on my living room table with some, I think it was called a Rocco Ready Grill. I love that thing. I want to get me another one. But it's funny because I had made all the videos. I was gonna break it down into 3, 4, 5 parts or something, because it took a while to get it all seasoned and done that. But I posted the first part and never finished posting the rest of them. And I need to find them and try to post them, but people was all in the comments well, how did it turn out? Did you ever finish? And I was I felt bad when I went and looked at it years later, because I had just posted that first one just to kind of see what it was going to do. And people actually watched it, and people seemed like they enjoyed it, and they wanted to see the rest of it. And I dropped the ball. I was in a world when they're doing a bunch of different things at that time, and trying to be an entrepreneur and all that good stuff. Which worked out pretty good up until COVID, which I blame my downfall on COVID, which some people might say that's a cop out, but everything was really going well for me up until COVID. I had my own place. I had multiple cars. I was starting a scooter business. I was helping out, giving back, doing what I could for the community. But COVID kind of drained all that. Once I got laid off from my tech job, I don't want to be all on camera. Making homemade cigarettes. So yeah, I wonder how long it's gonna take. I wonder if maybe I should make that my challenge for this video. I'm just gonna sit here until one person tunes in. like I'm gonna be sitting here anyway. But I don't know. I'm just sitting on the back porch, having a light beverage. A very light beverage. And a homemade cigarette. Which smoking is not good. If you're a child or a kid, don't smoke. It's bad for your lungs, bad for your face, bad for your skin, bad for everything. But, you know, I'm working on it. Maybe one of these days I won't have a desire to have a homemade cigarette. But right now, that's where I'm at. A year ago, I'd have been doing much more than this. Well, over a year now, but the beginning of 2024, oh yeah, definitely doing more. So I'm happy to be chilling, sitting back, gaining weight. Trying to find my online identity again. Because my prior online identity, I feel like it ran its course. It'll always be a part of me, but I'm ready to start something new after post COVID type stuff. Because my social media used to be popping. Not YouTube necessarily, but I was pretty popping on Instagram. I had multiple Twitter pages when it was still called Twitter. Everything from professional to very unprofessional. I had an OnlyFans, but I stopped doing all that. I'm an old man now. I'm about to be. Mm-mm-mm. I wonder how long it's really gonna let me stay on here. This is my first time testing this StreamYard app, and I was done right. They was giving me a free 7 day trial, and they was gonna give me all the advanced features for 7 days. But then they was gonna start billing me at like what $89 or something like that. So I saw a little button at the bottom that said other options. So I clicked the other options, and they had a core plan that was like the standard whatever. Uh, and as far as paid tiers, I didn't even know they had a free tier. I would have just chose the free tier from the beginning because I was just trying to see what this app was going to do on the free tier. But they wanted to give me all the advanced options. But anyway, I chose the core, so I got a 7 day free trial of core. But come to find out, I can't even test my little webinar feature. This is a live stream. So the live stream feature is one. You could do a recording feature. That's a separate one. And then you could do like a webinar. Like, um, I don't know if y'all watched like the Anton Daniels, the Millionaire Morning Show, something like that, or like the Edwards Report, like where they do like a live stream. It still end up being a recorded video too, but they got like a whole community built around the bag chasers, and I think the Edwards Report. He got his own website where he built his community at, which I think I'm about to join both of those two communities in a paid capacity or a supporting, donating capacity, because I've been consuming their content for quite a while now, and it's been quite beneficial to my life, and I feel like it's helped me to, you know, focus and center myself, and also stay informed about what's going on in the world. Even though I watch the same headlines that they are presenting on their platforms, but I like to hear their commentary from the different, you know, viewpoints. Like those two people, they come from, well, I think they got similar viewpoints, but they approach it from much different angles. Anton Daniels is a lot more abrasive with his delivery, which is cool. And Edwards, I think his name is Khalil, but the Edwards report, he's more biblical and more reserved, more conservative, and he always incorporates a lot of, Bible verses, and he approaches everything from a biblical perspective, which is refreshing with all the mess and junk that's on the internet. Thing, the main thing, I think those are my main two motivations for actually like starting my YouTube and getting on live stream and you know building a community, talking to the people, because I see how Anton get to that bag, which is, it's not about the bag, but he got a bag chasing community. He got a Patreon. He said he had like 19,000 people in there, and if they were just giving $1, that's a beautiful thing to have. So I'm working on building me something like that over time. For like the past year, I ain't really want to get online and show myself because I was coming off of some rehabilitation. I was working on making sure I wasn't going like run back to the same stuff that I was running in that got me in the situation I was in. So I wanted to give myself a year to like lay low, not really, you know, do too much. I was just working, saving money, staying consistent, trying to get my mind right. And I was like, after a year, I had a goal that I was gonna take a year, do that. I was going to try to save $10,000, which I just reached my goal like yesterday. No, Friday, when I got paid. Just reached my $10,000 goal. I've been clean from the stuff I was on for over a year now, and I'm proud of myself. So I'm ready to put myself back on the market, back on the open market for opportunities and support, camaraderie, and community, all that type of stuff. Because I don't really leave the house too much. I go to work. I might go get some like go out to eat, or I might go like walk around the park, or like I take the dogs walking and stuff like that. Other than that, I don't really do too much because I just ain't ready yet. I feel like I'm just now proving to myself that I can handle myself without all the extra stuff, and I'm not going to reward myself with jumping back into it. I'm just going to stay on the straight and narrow, the slow and steady, and see where this whole thing gonna go. I don't really know. Oh, like another person scarred in the woods. He say it rhymes, so it's true. That's where I got that from. I don't know where it's about to go. I don't really know. It rhymes, so it's true. But yeah, I was watching Scar in the Woods earlier, and I'm proud of him. I don't know if y'all ever been to his page, but if you look up Scar in the Woods, you'll see it. And he used to be in the woods, but now he got this. I think it's a Ford, probably like a Econoline 350 or 250 something. It's like a van. I think he said it had like 198,000 miles on it or something. I think he paid 5,000, or he's paying 5,000. I think he got some type of payment plan. But he was driving it around. It seemed like it drove good. He said it was something wrong with the frame or the alignment or something. That the wheel was turning to the left, or doing something crazy. But he still felt like it was a good deal. He didn't want to undo the deal. So, you know, he in the process of building it out right now. Last video I saw, the first one was good. He was at the Home Depot and just kind of looking at the different stuff that was in there, seeing what he was going to spend and all that. He had some real, like cheery, like look. It was like some whimsical music that was going on, um, like background music, while he was walking around the Home Depot. And I was sitting on my couch just bopping to it. Like, it was pretty cool. But he actually went and got some material, and I think he got the floor built out, and he about to turn that van into a mini home. And he good at carpentry because he already done built. He built a bunch of stuff in the woods. Well, two main structures, but just the way that he did it, like he didn't use not one 2x4, not one. I don't know, just the way he did it. Like, that man is a craftsman, a young craftsman. It's beautiful to see. He literally went and like chopped down sticks from the woods and chipped them down, carved them down, made them pointy at the bottom, stuck them in the ground, and started. You could see, all right, he had four corners. He started putting little slats and stuff up. He had like, first he would start off with like an X type shape, which is two sticks. And then he would just like lay sticks in between the X's. And then nail them or screw them in, nail them in, whatever he had. Yeah, I think it was just nails, because I don't remember no power tools being out there. He did it real rustically. And the shit was sturdy. He was hanging from it. Like, it was good. It's good construction, and it's like, if that's all you had, you should go watch them first couple videos, A Scar in the Woods, when he was first building all that stuff, or the two main structures. And he built a little kitchen type set. He built a little outdoor pit. He made his own fireplace out of like clay and mud. He was literally burning fire in there throughout the whole winter. He stayed in this little hut with a fireplace built out of clay. Yeah, this like roof pipe thing. The roof pipe was like probably stainless steel, or not stainless steel, but whatever the regular piping for the, like a flute for if you had a wood stove or something like that. Whatever that aluminum type piping. It's like this thick, going from his handmade clay, molded, dried, like cured. It was really sturdy. I think it's still there. I don't think he took it down yet. So, but yeah, you gotta, just little stuff like that. It's been giving me motivation. I sit online watching people that's doing way worse than I'm doing right now. And I feel like I soak up a lot of knowledge. I've been through a lot of stuff on my own. And I just think about, I learned stuff from these people much younger than me. I think he's 25. I'm 35. So that's a whole 10 years of like, but he's doing stuff that I would never have been able to do had it not for me seeing his videos and watching him do it. Now I'm confident that I could go and do the same thing. Or at least I know the approach to take towards getting it done. He built this little trailer thing. It's like a house on wheels. He built that thing in like probably like on the long end, maybe a month. But I think it was more like 2 weeks. And that thing was built out. He had a bed in there. He had a little desk. And it was just like, like sometimes you see people that's landscaping or something. They might have a trailer put on the back of the truck, and they might have like some lawnmowers up there, or they might have like a four-wheeler up there or something like that. It was just a regular just a little wooden bottom, two wheels, back gate, and I think the actual back gate and the sides were wood. It was like some little wooden side post that was in there. And he took that thing and built it into a full blown. He slept in there for a couple nights. With it had electric, lights was on. Like, he was in there. The dogs was comfortable. Like it was a whole thing. He got 2 dogs, Tyson and Dream. But yeah, you could tell, look, as you could tell, I be invested in these people's lives. I might be crazy for that, but I just feel like I be at home watching these people. I feel like everybody sitting at home probably watching the same people. I don't really know because I don't talk to nobody else about uh, who I'm watching on YouTube. So I decided I'm going to come to YouTube and talk to YouTube about who I'm watching on YouTube because we probably are watching the same people, and I think it would be cool to like compare notes and you know opinions, thoughts about these different creators and the way they create things. Oh, another one, OnlyUpWes. Um, he live in I think Tennessee. He bought a piece of land, or he got a piece of land. I think he sold his car, or he sold something and bought some land and a school bus. And he moved this school bus out onto this raw land, like it's surrounded by trees. It's got a little lake over there, and he built this like cabin. It's not a. I guess it's going to be like a carport. That's but the it's like the cabin part of it. It's just like a basic. It's probably like what I don't know. It's probably like the size of a shipping container. Yeah, maybe a little smaller, but it's like width wise and the way the length is, it's like the dimensions of a shipping container, but it's wood. And now he started building out this deck. So basically, the cabin thing. First he was sleeping in the bus, and I mean, I can only imagine how much of a struggle that was. Um, but then he built this cabin thing. Now he got the deck that go all the way around. The deck goes, so it's like just think about, let's just say a shipping container. So then he got a deck that goes all the way this way and all the way this way down the long side and the short side of the shipping container. And you could park the bus under it. You could park the bus under it this way, or you could park the bus under it that way. And he gonna build the bus out to be uh, like a home on wheels too. He good with mechanics. He done fixed a bunch of cars. Like that's another person that's inspired me. Like I actually think I want to get some land, but that's a topic for another day. But I'm, I think I'm on my way to doing some things, and I'm trying to build a nice community to follow along with what I got planned, or to help me plan it, basically. Because a lot of the stuff I'm trying to do, I don't know nothing about. And Chat GPT can only tell you but so much. Or it can only do so much for you. It can tell you a lot of stuff. And I do learn a lot of stuff. But, like, maybe I should take Chat GPT on my land buying journey. Let that be my. I'm going to say, Chat GPT, you are my realtor. And you are my finance person. And you are my uh, advocate or whatever. and let let the chat GPT listen to all the conversations and read all the text messages and all the emails and help guide me through what I'm supposed to do to get that thing running. It's still not. It's been 35 minutes. It's still not one person in here. Not a one. That's crazy. But anyway, I think I'm about to stop this and post it so I can see what the hell, if it's even recording or if it's how it's gonna show up. Because I'm not actually on YouTube, so I don't even know. Anyway, till the next time.